to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the tattoos that I got in 2024. So I usually get tattooed like every month, every 2 months. So this year I actually got 10 tattoos. So I wanted to go over them with you to like talk about why I got them, how the pain levels were, and then also just like kind of story behind it, why I decided to get it. Some have a story, some don't. So let's get into it. I also have vlogs on here from every single tattoo I got this year, but I started off the year strong with reworking my back piece. So I initially got my back piece done a couple years ago, I believe 2017, 2018, by a different artist, and I ended up not finishing it with him. I just didn't bother traveling for it. So then my lovely Jill was okay with reworking it. So grateful. So we started with doing all the lines, and honestly tattooing over older lines is just really rough. I had a really hard time with my back tattoo, so luckily I used numbing cream. I absolutely love using numbing cream, so that is definitely a plus for me. I loved using, and it helped tons with getting it done. Also, if you hear a weird sound in the background, my cat's literally playing with a toy right now. She's having the time of her life. So yeah, we have been redoing all the lines on my back. We did multiple sessions. Eventually I want to add to it because I wanted to do it all the way up to my neck and the back, stuff like that. But for now we've just redone the lines, and I'm kind of over it because the back piece really hurts in my opinion. So up next actually was getting my wrist. Let me show you. Getting my wrist redone. So initially I had rock and roll sideways on my wrist. It was not done really super well. Like, it was faded a lot. I didn't really like the placement because initially I wanted to say rock and roll facing my way. The artist at the time said no, you need to face it to other person's way, and then we went sideways. I was a stubborn teenager, but I was over it and I really wanted something else. So I did 5 laser sessions on rock and roll. It was like basically completely gone, and then I tattooed over it because I am a snob when it comes to my tattoos. I don't like doing shit half. I really wanted it to be gone before I put a new tattoo over it. So I'm really happy with how that turned out. I'm really obsessed with it. I love looking at it. It's such a positive tattoo to me. The sun is, you know, a sign of light, and I absolutely love it. I think all my other tattoos that I got were on my legs, so I will just show a video of it here because that's easier for me. So up next I got these really cute photo frames done, and they all resemble home for me. So I grew up in the Netherlands. I'm 100% Dutch, and I actually moved to America only 5 years ago. And I don't know what it is, but when you move away from home, you suddenly like have all these things you want from home to carry with you, and that was one of the tattoos for me. I really, like, reminded me of home because we had so many frames on the wall growing up, and obviously tulips are Dutch. Then I did a little coffee cup because my parents are very strict with their coffee routine, and they drink coffee in certain times a day, every single day at the same time. So stuff like that reminded me of home. And then a 070 is the phone number, like landline number of my hometown, which is The Hague. So I felt like that was also just like a fun thing to add, and that like most people don't understand, but I do. Then up next I got a dragon tattoo. So I have always loved the traditional dragons. I think they look so dope. I was reading Fort Wing at the time, and then I was like, I just need to get a dragon tattoo. So I got one on the back of my thigh. Really obsessed with it. I love the placement. It looks so chic. I'm just like obsessed with it, and I love the meaning behind dragons. Have I been out of focus this entire time? Ever since showing my wrist? Possibly. That sucks. I got these little strawberries down on my leg. I love them. They're so cute. Really obsessed with them. I think fruit tattoos are so fun. I also have cherries on my arm, and then I have olives, which is technically not a fruit, but I love it. I just love like food. I like food tattoos. I don't know, they're fun. And speaking of food, I got the word coffee tattooed on my leg. I love coffee. If you didn't know yet, I love coffee. I'm obsessed with iced coffee in particular. I have another tattoo that is like iced coffee related. Honestly, I want another tattoo that's coffee related, but I have on one of my legs the word gezellig, which means you're like having a good time, a cozy time. Like, it's usually what you say when you're hanging out with friends. It's like a Dutch word. There's no literal American English translation for it, but that's basically what it is. In Dutch you often say like gezellig koffie doen, which means like you want to do coffee, but I don't like the word coffee in Dutch because it started with a K and it just feels really aggressive, and I love the word coffee, so I just did an American on the other side on top of my knee. So I love it in Old English font. I love Old English font. So I got that. Then over the summer, I got flowers tattooed on the side of my thigh, on my upper thigh. And they are poppy flowers. I love the meaning of poppy flowers because basically like a poppy flower, or like the tallest poppy syndrome, is just about like, you know, being successful, reaching your potential and stuff like that. And I felt like that was very resonating because it's something I'm continuing to work on for myself, for my businesses, and that just like I really loved that, and so that I got that tattooed. I really like it, really obsessed with it. So my best friend passed away October 2nd, and I flew home to the Netherlands to help for the preparations for the memorial and funeral. And one of the things I came up with for the memorial was to have, because she was a tattoo artist, to have her shop that she loved so dearly and worked at and grew at as a tattoo artist, to have them do little tattoos on the memorial. So I think around 30 or 40 people got tattooed, which was really special. Like a lot of people that had never even had a tattoo before got a tattoo, like her family and stuff. So it was really meaningful. And I got that tattooed on my arm, and it's just little sparkle. So that's something she tattooed a lot herself, and something that she kept installing in everyone before she passed away was that she wanted us to look up at the stars, to look up at the pink sky, to like think of her, and that she will try to shine her brightest. And that's something that she really installed in everyone. So that was like the perfect tattoo to get, and I'm so happy I did, even though it's fine line. I don't have fine line tattoos. Then I actually got tattooed again 3 weeks ago. And speaking about my best friend, something beautiful that she would do since we were teenagers was always write me letters and cards, even when we were still living in the same hometown. Like for birthdays, for Christmas, she would write these beautiful cards. And when I moved here, she would write me cards and letters, and I always saved everything, and I brought everything with me to America when I moved here. And I have like literally I have letters from like from when I turned 22. Like I have letters from like over 10 years ago, and it's just so special to read those back, and just like the memories we had from that time, and just how grateful she was for our friendship. And one thing she would always call me is Pumpkin. So on a lot of the letters and the cards that I got from her, started it off with pumpkin. So I got Jill, my tattoo artist, to trace it, and that's what I got tattooed on my leg. What's so beautiful about it, in my opinion, is that it fits perfectly under this tattoo that I initially got for her when she first got diagnosed with cancer in 2022. I got her name tattooed on my leg, and now her word pumpkin is like under it. So it's like such a special, it's just a special tattoo for me personally. No one else would get it, but it's so beautiful that you can do stuff like that with tattoos and hold space and hold moments for the people that you love, and that you can carry it with you. I think tattooing is so beautiful because we also have like matching tattoos, and just like knowing that I'm carrying that with me for the rest of my life is a part of her. And every time I look at my right hand, it's there. I didn't mean to get emotional, but it's just, tattoos can be so, I don't know, just so incredibly important when losing someone, because it's like something you can see and hold on to. And you know, it's nice if you have like a ring or something from someone, but like those things you can lose, those things can like get lost, and like your tattoos cannot. And that's just something I just love. But anyway, then my final last tattoo that I got is a Labubu tattoo. If you're not new here, you know that I have a crazy obsession that I developed over the past year. I would say I got my first Labubu in April, I think. And it was a gray macaroon one, the exciting macaroon ones. And then I slowly got more and more, and I'm incredibly obsessed with them. They've brought me so much joy, especially through my whole grief period this year. I've always been obsessed with like Hello Kitty and Rilakkuma and stuff like that. And for a while in my 20s, I kind of stirred away from all the kawaii stuff. I kind of wanted to be more like aesthetic, and now I'm just like full-blown being back on that bullshit, and I love it. And it's just bringing me so much happiness, and it's just bringing me so much joy. And you know, I think there's a lot worse things people cope grief with than Plushy keychains. So I'm just holding space for myself there. And I just like felt like it's fun to get tattooed. I already have a Rilakkuma tattoo on my arm as well. So it's like you know, it fits the vibes, and I just got that done and I'm obsessed with it. Love to hear what tattoos you got done this year. Let me know in the comments. I would really love to know. Briefly, I wanted to talk about Tattoo Aftercare. I usually have it in here. I actually have, oh, here's also a Labubu, by the way, if you don't know what it is. This is a Labubu. I actually have 3 of these in my bag. For all the tattoos I healed this year, the only thing I've been using is Rebel June the Balm and then the Wash by Rebel June. I might be biased because I actually own the company, but to me this is the best way to heal your tattoos, to make your older tattoos more vibrant, and just everything about it. I love it so much. I carry it with me everywhere I go. I use it as a lip balm and stuff as well, but I just feel like it helps so much with reducing the itchiness, and there's nothing I get more irritated with than like the itchy face of a new tattoo, and the balm helps so much with it, and I just swear by it. And yeah, so this is what I use. I really hope you had a wonderful ending of your 2024. If you had a hard year, I had a hard year in a lot of ways, but especially with losing my best friend. I feel like it completely altered my brain. I just really hope we can all start 2025 with positive light and just really focus on what makes us happy. Even if it's a silly little tattoo, just go get the fucking tattoo, because life is literally so fucking short, and who gives a fuck? You know, truly, who gives a fuck? So go get that tattoo, do things that bring you joy, do things that truly fulfill you. Doesn't matter what it looks like to anyone else. Do it because it brings you joy. Do it because it makes you happy. Do it because it is fulfilling to you, and nothing else should matter. So I just wanted to give you that. Thank you for following along. I really appreciate you, and I really wish you a wonderful 2025.